Good evening. So I'm delighted to be here to tell a story of failure. I have many to tell. I was not a smart kid, but always curious. I grew up in Beijing, China, in a family where I was expected to excel in school. To everyone's disappointment, I was not good at school. In fact, I was graduating in the bottom of my class in high school, and of course, I could not get in any of the top universities in China, such as Tsinghua, Beijing University. So I went to Beijing University of Technology. It's a school that provides engineering education to kids living in Beijing, perhaps not smart, nor hardworking. So I studied metallurgical engineering. After 5 years of education, I graduated. But I didn't know what to do. Many of my friends, they went abroad, got a job, went to graduate studies. And I followed suit. So I went to Michigan Tech, Michigan Technological University in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, where we get 300 inches of snow each year. And I chose the topic of lithium-ion batteries for my graduate studies. Back then, it was quite new. And remarkably, this year, the technology was recognized by Nobel Prize in Chemistry 2019. I was really new in graduate school. I didn't know really what graduate school was about. But my passion or my interest to learn was catalyzed by the open-ended nature of research. I really like solving research problems because they're like solving puzzles. I like the nature of research. We need collaboration in order to be creative or innovative. So I worked with many scientists through different organizations in the US and also other researchers internationally. We published papers. I really liked research. But I didn't really know what to do upon graduation. So I went to industry. I thought I was not good enough for academia, definitely not smart enough, nor hardworking enough. Both my husband and I went to join a company, the same company. In fact, our labs in this company were across the hall. So we thought, wow, finally, we were all set, at least for the rest of our career. In the beginning of the work, in the first few months, everything was really exciting, a lot to learn, a lot to know. With time, I felt increasingly unsettled, but I could not figure out why. One day, it dawned on me that somehow I could not see myself working in this place when I turned 50. Back then, turning 50 seemed ages ago, but now it's not too far. So then, what to do, right? So then I began to think about, next job. This is not for me, right? So then I began to look for other research positions, including academic jobs. So I was lucky. In my first try of applying for jobs, I got an interview for a tenure-track material science engineering position in a top state school, which program was ranked among top 10 in the nation. I was really excited, right? So I worked really hard for the interview. In fact, I even went up to Michigan Tech and worked with the professors and practiced my talk and tried to, seek advice how I can maybe come across more confidently, more knowledgeable, or even smarter, right? So how to convince people in a convincing way I might be able to do it or join academia. The best advice I received from my advisor was, Well, just to be yourself. Back then, I thought this advice was really not helpful. Because I wanted to come across more confidently in some ways. So I went down to the interview. It was in February. I remember the campus was so green, so sunny, in contrast to the snowy north I came from. The interview was 2 days. I had to give 2 talks, one talk on research, the other one is about future research. And I had many meetings with faculty members, sometimes in one-on-one, sometimes in a group. I was asked a lot of questions. I was exhausted after each day. But after I left, I came away, perhaps I didn't do so badly. So I waited for an answer. I waited and waited. After a month or 2 months, I received a very short letter of rejection. Of course, as you can imagine, I was devastated, right? Because for weeks, months, I worked hard for this. This is one thing on my mind. I was devastated. After a few days, I drummed up enough courage to contact the university to see, okay, to maybe get some feedback, how I can improve. Maybe I can learn, do a little bit better in my future interviews. So I spoke with the search chair, and the 1-hour conversation with the search chair changed my life, and was life-changing or transforming. I was told that I was not offered this position because they believe I could never become a world leader in my field, and they would like to hire world leaders to improve the ranking of the department. Make sense? I was also told that I was not offered the position because they thought I didn't have the confidence to challenge world authority. And the search chair had to support this argument by the fact that the Chinese students in the department were very obedient and respectful of their professors. And they went on. And then also they mentioned they didn't believe what I proposed in my proposed research program. And more importantly, they said that they think I did not believe what I proposed. They thought what I was proposing just a way to please them, not because I believed in these programs. Wow. This was not the feedback I was hoping for. So I try to internalize these comments to the annoyance of my family, friends, and close colleagues. So I would be repeating these comments to anyone who would be willing to listen to me. And I try to understand, what does it mean? And then some of my colleagues would say, maybe it was not just about, you were Chinese, and perhaps it's also because you were women. So this is the first time where I thought about gender and race at work, right? So you might thought, I should be angry, but really I was not, because I thought it was a very unique window and allow me to see how one or how myself can be perceived by others. And that was really a great learning experience. So then the question is, what to do next, right? So I quit my job. And I went follow my passion to pursue a postdoc at the condensed matter chemistry lab in France. That was really hard. I was crazy, according to some friends and family, because I had to leave my husband behind, and I had to learn French. Learning English was already hard enough. And also, I had to have my salary cut into 1/3. Right? And working in a French environment was a little bit more competitive than what I was used to at Michigan Tech, so it was very difficult to make friends and to really learn. So many times I ask myself, what am I doing here? But I stayed on. After 1 year, I applied for faculty positions in the US, and I applied 20 positions, and the following winter or spring was really a whirlwind of interviews, talks, and plane rides, right, from France to US. And then one day, I remember I was in the lab, and one German lab mate told me I had a call from US. So it was from Professor John Haywood in mechanical engineering at MIT, who was calling to inquire either whether I would be interested in coming to MIT for an interview for a faculty position. And during this call, or after this call, I could not believe it, right? Because I didn't know anyone at MIT, never had a degree there, never had a degree in mechanical engineering. So I came here for interview, March of 2002, and I really felt I belonged here. And after the 1 day scheduled interview, it turned into 2 days. And I got the job. And when I first joined MIT, one of the newspapers on campus always tried to promote and advertise new faculty members coming on campus. And I remember clearly this one newspaper said Yang Shaohorn was anonymous. You know, I didn't really know what it meant, right? You know, I have a name. So checking through dictionary, and later on I realized, oh, this meant actually is a person without outstanding features or character. It was true, right? I was new, and I don't really have any formal connection with MIT, and there was really a long way to go. So after 17 years, I really think I can do this job, and I love working at MIT, and each day I come here to work with talented young people. We're working on challenging, intellectually challenging, interesting problems. And each day we push really the boundary of knowledge a bit forward, a bit by bit, each day. And I really feel privileged to be here. So I can see, I can, turn 50 in this place. Really, it's not not very far away. So looking back, I was really happy I was rejected by this first interview, because I remember really how to make my decisions by following my passion, curiosity, and also do our work by being humble or being anonymous, and also strive to make goals tangible, right? So for example, making goals, my goal would be each day I can learn one thing new, then I'm smarter than the day yesterday of myself, right? So this is a goal that you cannot really fail, because you can always plan to learn one thing. So I think it's really exciting to be here, working with others, making small steps of learnings each day forward. Thank you so much.